wondering if authorities, when it comes to the Moscow home, which is right over there, I'm wondering if authorities can be able to tell when water usage was done inside the Moscow home. For instance, the times
they have a smart
when water is being used, and be able to tell, hey, well, the murders, according to the coroner, happened between 3 and 4 a.m.
Okay.
Did somebody in the home around that time start using the water there in the sink, in the showers, to wash off evidence? And that could be key.
Okay, yeah, so that would be super simple to look at their bill or to go online and look at their smart meter usage. Super simple. But they check the pipes routinely for blood and evidence because no one's going to be convicted on a water meter. But, I mean, won't even be
timing, right? Timing. But also, when it comes to SCADA, what about if authorities can analyze everyone's water usage in this area?
Oh my God. So you think, so what you're thinking is that authorities would look at some kind of chart that would show all the residents' water usage. And they could look at it and say, this college student that's up till 4 and 5 a.m. in the morning playing games used a lot of water or took a shower or, washed dishes or ran the dishwasher. So let's peg that one. And this other person gets up at 5 to go to work, so they took a shower at 4, put a pin in that one, and so on. Is that what you're saying they would do? And then go investigate all those people based on their water meter readings?
To see if there was abnormal water usage around 3 to 4 a.m. or maybe 5 a.m. Because if the murderer is from around here, you would think they would return home to a location and start washing off their clothes.
Brilliant.
And washing off the weapon and everything they got. Take a shower or whatnot. So can authorities in the Moscow area, in this neighborhood, be able to determine who used the water around 3 or 4 to kind of give an idea? Maybe.
Well, I think no. But if they have a suspect, they could look at that person's water bill and see if there was like a shower taken or whatever. But it wouldn't hold up in court. It probably wouldn't even be admitted into evidence. Do you remember the Echo, like the Amazon Echo? Wasn't a trial, but they arrested a guy. I can't remember his name. Oh my God, stop. They arrested a guy whose name I don't remember, of course, based on his Echo activity, his Amazon Echo activity. And a judge threw that out. It's not proof of anything. Now, if they go to his apartment or house after seeing he took a shower or somebody took a shower in that house, then they could check the pipes for blood from, now that would be brilliant. But they first have to have a suspect, I'm thinking, because you can't just, pick 100 people out that, for whatever reason, took a shower or used extra water, had a water leak, or, that's just me. But go on.
The suspects. SCADA. Google.
SCADA.
Maybe. Now, I don't know if this can do that. Just throwing it out there.
Well, anybody
There is
can.
technology out there, and I'm sure authorities can determine through water companies when people use their water.
Yeah.
And most of the time at 3 to 4 a.m.,
right?
It's, people are asleep.
Well, I'm not in a college town.
Asleep. But did the murderer, if the murderer is from this area, in the Moscow area, go home or go to a location anywhere?
Oh, probably.
And
I'm thinking.
Start using the water. Check the water usage.
Sure he did.
Check the water usage.
I'm
taking you up to the home. Because I doubt whoever did this is just going to have all their evidence on them for a long time. They probably got to a safe location, a safe spot, and then started taking a shower.
Okay.
Taking a shower. But I'm also wondering here at the Moscow home, which I'm coming up to, the murderer, whether the murderer was familiar with the house or not, washed off evidence inside this home.
And they have ways of detecting
SCADA,
blood.
Water. That might be a clue. Now, I'm sure authorities know this, but I'm just throwing it out to you guys. Do you guys know anything about
privacy
this type of technology? And is it possible for authorities to check
Yes,
the
Jonathan.
overall, we'll call it a grid, a water grid.
Yes.
And be able to determine who
Yeah.
used water at 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Okay, Jonathan, and then what? You got to think this shit through. So, again, these 15 people, 20 people, 30 people took a shower or used water for 10, 15, 20 minutes at 3 or 4 a.m. If it's correct, if the timing is correct. Then what? Go knock on their door, get a warrant to do what? Ask them about their water? Again, if they have a suspect, that's a great idea. See if they were using water, go check their pipes, which all require warrant. But otherwise, I mean, everything you're saying, yeah, they can do that, but you got to think through, is that really going to help them find a suspect? I don't know.
Interesting question, right?
No.
So
not
I'm
really.
out here analyzing, trying to find out clues.
Okay. Well,
to
good
figure
job.
out who went inside this home here,
Good job.
who was inside the home, or who went in the home.
Yeah, everybody's trying
Murdered
to
4 innocent college students.
figure that out.
Ethan, Xana, Kaylee, Madison.
Okay. Okay. Is that
Subscribe
it?
to my channel, like, hit the notification.
The thing about sociopaths, well, I'm not going to say that, but there's the grub truck and people are watching this.
Downtown Moscow.
If you only knew how strange this guy is.
No one is out here. It's a ghost town.
Okay. What are we looking at? What are we looking for? Oh, you're going to show us the distance from the grub truck to home. Please tell me you're not doing this at 3 a.m. Do you have your seatbelt off? You're so lawless. At least you're stopping for the light. Jonathan, turn it off. Damn it. I'm gonna have to cut this part. Red light cameras there. Cameras at this hospital or whatever that is. Oh, that department. There's a gas station. Oh, you see? I can't see shit.
Gas station.
Oh, it is a gas station.
Right on Taylor.
You didn't yield there. I'm a horrible passenger. Just saying.
Right here is the gas station.
Mm-hmm. It's a gas station.
76 gas station.
Yes, it's a gas station. I'm gonna say it's a gas station.
Black, apartments up there. It's like, whoa, there's a cat. I want to hit a cat. Take you to the Moscow home.
Okay.
At night.
At night. Okay.
How dark it is out here.
It's dark. It's night.
There's trees, but once we get up here,
And there's trees.
I believe, based off my other videos, it's more light.
Okay.
So we're going down a hill.
Going down the hill. Keep us posted.
Still Idaho State Troopers patrolling.
I thought it was a lot closer than this. Are you going the long way? Is that black ice?
There's the signal guy.
I really thought it was a lot closer. Maybe it's the bar that's closer.
King. No one is out here.
I mean, I have a theory about why no one's out there, but... Okay. Here we go. Okay.
And there's the home.
There it is.
There is a state trooper out there.
Yep, and he's watching you drive by slowly, if he only knew. Hope you don't get stopped and they run a check. I mean, it wouldn't suck because it would be funny, but... You'd probably be drug in. Imagine. Imagine if that trooper, watching him with his record, or not watching him with his record, but just seeing this guy that wears his hat like Ed Gein, driving by this house and decides, maybe I should pull him over, talk to him for a minute, identifies you, which you probably wouldn't give him your identification, you'd be an ass about it, but, and he sees your record of 13 years behind bars. And boy, would you look suspect. You would look more suspect than anybody's name you've thrown out there, ever. Would be kind of funny. Please get it on camera. Where are we going now? You're going to drive behind in the alleys? Jonathan, you're nuts. I mean, you will be their number one suspect. Of course, you have your entire life on video, so it wouldn't be hard to prove where you were, I guess. Always behind a tree in Florida. Okay. And here we go. You know, actually, I can't believe the trooper doesn't stop you. Because you're so weird, driving around. Or have you already talked to him? You probably already talked to him. Okay. All right, Jonathan, that was fun. Thanks. Done.
Jonathan Lee Riches Investigates.
Yeah.
I am at the Corner Club.
Yeah,
The Corner
you are.
Club in Moscow, Idaho. Maddie and Kaylee.
Yes.
On the night of the 12th
Yeah.
of November.
Right.
They were inside this club here.
Yeah.
And then they walked that road, Main Street,
the grub
to
truck.
the grub truck. But I'm going to talk, and I'm going to take you on a tour
Oh, Lord.
of the area at night. I'm giving you a
Oh, that'll be
nighttime
different.
perspective, right?
Yes.
This is a weekend night. It is a month later.
Okay.
It is colder out here. You know, that night they
Yeah.
got stabbed. November 13th, 4 of them,
Delicate
4
way
college
to put it.
students, brutally stabbed inside their home.
Yes, Jonathan.
Police haven't arrested anyone yet.
Okay,
No murder weapon has been found.
Okay.
And authorities are looking for a white Hyundai Elantra, possibly having information related to the case. They were in the club. They're going
Hey, were they in
to
that
show
club?
you what the area looks like at night, and we're going to take
Okay.
a walk after we go in the club in a minute.
Yeah, the club's not going to talk
I'm
to you,
not
Jonathan.
sure if they're going to be happy with me
No,
being here.
they aren't.
But I'm going to go in at least. All right, so the Corner Club looks like it has surveillance up there at the top.
Yeah, I mean, why would they be happy? What has the last month's been? Absolute fucking hell. I'm sorry. The last month has been hell for that club, the grub truck, and all the names you've thrown out there as suspects and anybody with a white car. And you don't think they're going to be happy to see you? Doubt they're going to buy you a drink.
Up there looks like there's surveillance cameras there.
Yep.
Yes. See
Okay.
some cars here.
Oh,
Doesn't
here's the
even
white
have
car.
windows. The Corner Club doesn't even have windows.
And that's significant. Why?
Business here.
Most clubs don't have windows. You idiot.
There's what it looks like in there.
Okay. You going to just peek in like a psycho, or are you going to go in?
Not even going to go in there.
Good. Good idea.
They're going to look at me funny. Let's just go around the back of it here. This
They won't
place
look
has
at you
no
funny,
windows.
skulking around the back.
None.
Clubs don't have windows.
No windows at the corner.
Do you go to clubs? Probably not.
Here's another entrance.
It looks like your old home.
121. Can enter.
And you're just going to skulk
Here's what it
around
looks like in there.
and look through the window.
There is the Corner Club.
Okay. Like 25,000 people have shown it to us before. And Jonathan, you're going to see this.
That's what it looks like in there. You got TVs
Do you think
in
those
there,
people want you filming them and putting it
bar.
on your video?
a shuffleboard or some sort of.
You have no brain. You know, that guy might not want his wife to know he's there. That woman might be having an affair with the other guy. That girl might be, you know, she might have said, I'm somewhere else. This is an invasion of privacy when you do this.
All right.
That's a
We're gonna keep on moving.
Okay, well, you know, one of these times, someone's going to get your whole thing taken away from you, which should have happened a long time ago. You know? I mean, it's entertaining to a point. But those people were having a drink and had some expectation of privacy. And you're there with your zoom in. But these people don't have any fucking... Yeah, you're allowed to do it, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the rules are, but does anything in your head ever click and say, you know, let me remember back to my ethics class in journalism. Oh, that's right. You didn't go to journalism school. Just keep walking.
So you can park here. Here's another
No shit. Is that a car?
entrance.
Oh, it's in okay.
Sidewalk. But no.
Sidewalk.
No
No windows.
windows.
Okay.
Notice that.
Because it's a car.
All right. So. Okay. So imagine.
Imagine this. Walking around in the back alley, looking through your window. He thinks he's paparazzi. I would be scared, honestly.
Leah Madison leaving here
With that one
one-ish on the 13th.
theory. Fine.
Walking out of this corner club.
You know,
And now they
Jonathan,
want to work their way home, but they want to stop.
Are you thinking this is news? Because it's not. It's been a month. Everyone knows all of this. Well, you know, no windows on the club. That's new. So I'm going to give you that.
At the grub truck. So, hey, cross over here. I'm going to wait for the car to go by.
Wait. Now, go. Oh, it's a white. Oh my God.
Thank you.
That's an alarm truck?
I actually stopped. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to take a walk.
You didn't even...
Got the Christmas lights out.
You didn't even look at that car. Look, there's another one. Is that a car or truck? That's a truck. It's white, though.
It's really not a far walk at all. It's a few blocks.
Right.
Actually, I'm going to go into the street and show you the businesses. So this is open.
Look, no windows.
Eagles. Let's go check it out first. That looks like a F-O-F-E. Eagles.
It's some kind of veterans thing or something.
All right, so we're strolling along. They're walking, assuming that they have some drinks in them.
Yeah, we don't have to assume. We saw. They were drunk as fuck.
These cars are out. Now, this is a weekend.
Okay, okay.
But this weekend here is less busy than probably their weekend.
Yeah, stay in that lane.
Because of the holiday. Did you see cars?
Another white car. Look, another white car.
Let me just
Jesus.
go over here.
Let's stay on the road, Jonathan. Look at all these white cars.
Going along.
It's amazing.
It is quiet out here, though.
Yeah.
All right, there's a kitchen there called the Lodgepole.
The windows.
Lodgepole kitchen. Lodgepole. They were looking at me like, who is he recording?
Yeah, you know,
Right,
who's he recording? You're walking around all in black with a hoodie on, and there's a killer on the loose in that very small town, in that very same area. How the police, well, okay, I know that the FBI already follows you. Look, there's a white car. Not follows you, but the FBI already keeps an eye on you. But these local police, not to at least, hey, buddy, what I think probably you've already introduced yourself, like to the one in front of the house. But, yeah, you're scaring people, shithead.
Across the street there, you see any activity there? There is a bank called Zion's Bank. Zion's Bank. Looks like there's a place open there. Burgers and fries.
Okay, Jonathan, is this...
Shakes, burgers, and fries.
Oh, okay. It's taking up a lot of my memory. Oh, another
Park,
one.
you see cars.
Yes, cars. Can we play Frogger real quick?
This looks like a place called Mingles Billiards Bar and Grill.
Mingles.
Mingles.
You got it right, Mingles.
Yep, Mingles Bar and Grill.
Say it one more time. And you're going up behind these people. Oh my God.
That one is open. I can hear people playing pool inside there.
Did you see that white car?
This is called North Star Financial.
Okay.
Nothing there. Across the street. Some shops
here. We can do this on Google Earth, right? You knew that.
Loose Story Real Estate. Some coffee house there. I can't see the first letter.
It's an F. Not really.
Butchers. Art Gallery. Farmers Insurance.
Typical small town. Look at all the white cars. Look. There's another white car. Another one.
So there's people out. There's people out.
This woman is walking by herself. Another white car coming up. Look, Jonathan, on the right. 2 of them. Holy shit. You know you're wanting to look. You're looking, aren't you? There you go. These are duck lips. This is so weird.
Look at those.
It's 20 minutes later.
Photos in front of spots. Let's go around here. Because there's another theory going on.
What is it? Your theory?
I believe the police station, Moscow Police, is right over here. So.
Okay.
I want to take you through the alleyway.
Oh, good.
Of the Mad Greek.
Okay.
This alleyway here.
Alleyway.
You know, back here in the alleyway.
Okay. Anything interesting right there?
There's a guy right there.
There's a guy right there. Oh no. You got him on camera.
I don't even want to go near that guy. I think that's the guy, Jetty.
I think that's
That was the guy.
That guy. Jenny?
Matter of fact, yes, I'm not even going to say nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Two weirdos meet in the alley. There's two guys. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, I thought it was a guy. Okay. Three guys. Three people.
That was the guy.
What guy?
That was the guy.
What guy?
That was the guy. That was the guy.
Which one?
It's kind of creepy. That was Jetty.
Who's Jetty?
That was Jetty.
Who's Jetty?
You must have had to go in through over there. That was awkward. Believe me. Wasn't trying. I should have flat out just asked him.
Ask him what?
But I feel cold and wrong. And that guy has kidnapping charges.
I feel cold and vulnerable. How did you get through 13 years in prison? I feel cold and vulnerable.
And the guy has robbery charges and kidnapping charges.
Oh, well, I mean,
He was in the back alley.
oh,
He was in the back alley.
okay.
That was crazy.
He's gonna kidnap you.
All right, so I'll be thinking about that all night. Crazy.
How did you
Let me
get
know
through
what you
prison?
think. What's your thoughts? Subscribe to my channel, like it, the note. I just asked. See what that walking past in that alley, I was like kind of afraid, but not afraid. It was kind of like a mix. Maddie and Zana would go out the back Greek back there and empty trash. You see that Jetty was clearly back there, and I made a video about that. So actually, my thoughts kind of, in a sense, came into fruition. Main Street. But my theory was, see, my theory on that though is right back there,
Now you're gonna point at him.
right. He's back there right now, right.
You're
My
pointing at
theory is that
Okay, that's how scared Jonathan is. He's pointing at the man. He has a theory murdered the 4 Idaho students. If you get crazier, let me know.
Maddie and Zana.
Unbelievable. Okay, now he says Jetty is out here. The guy that, I guess Jetty would be on the left. He looks a lot younger than Jetty. I know that's not, there's no way. But, Jonathan's acting all brave because he walked past him. Or if you thinking that's Jetty. Now that could be Jetty. Yeah, I think Jonathan, if he recognized you and had seen your page, he'd probably confront you. Yeah, now that could...
That was Jetty. I swear. I walked right past Jetty and I made a video about him. In an alley. He could have confronted me. All right. Business. Where is this
You're
business?
not that hard to find, Jonathan.
This business is...
I know you think you are.
I don't know where it's at. It's a pizza spot.
Okay.
You must have had to go in through over there. That was awkward. Believe me. Wasn't trying. I should have flat out just asked him.
Ask him on.
But I feel cold and wrong. And that guy has kidnapping charges. And the guy has robbery charges and
Yeah,
kidnapping charges.
from a long time ago.
But he was in the back alley.
Yes,
He
you
was
said.
in the back alley.
Yep, so were you.
That was crazy. All right, so works around knives for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Registered SO,
RSO.
right behind the Mad Greek.
Yep.
I can tell you that I spoke to 2 people from Moscow that are aware of him.
Mm-hmm.
Says, he's definitely suspect.
Why?
We put it that way. I passed the information along to authorities.
What did you pass along to him? That he owns a restaurant behind the Mad Greek. Jonathan, and that, what you're probably lying about, but that 2 people told you he was suspect. Did they tell you why? Because he weighs 300 pounds. If I remember correctly, he's like 55 or something. What'd you tell him, Jonathan?
The guy's from Washington State.
Oh.
In the mid-40s.
Mid-40s. Okay, that's right.
I don't know. Does he look like the type that would go and do this to college students? Maybe.
Did Ted Bundy look like the type? Because they look nothing alike. You look like the type. More than the guy you just showed video of. And your background, you talk about other people's background, yours, police even said you were dangerous. I'll post that.
I was thinking in the back alley maybe when they were out there taking trash out from the Mad Greek. Or
Did you tell
vice
police
versa.
that?
They went over there to eat, or he went over to the Mad Greek before to eat.
You think?
Definitely, I think this guy should be spoken to.
Because they took trash out where the trash goes in the alley, or because the restaurants were next to each other, maybe they ate at each other's restaurant. Do you think? I wish you could see my face. And you still need to clean your nose, dude.
You know, because what happens with registered SOs when there are crimes,
it's RSO.
They get questioned, you know, about their whereabouts. Right. I don't know where this guy was.
Well, you know, again, there was no sexual assault. So with no sexual assault, I don't know that RSOs are the first place the police go. But I'm sure he's been questioned. Everybody in every restaurant and every store probably around there have been questioned. Why do you put your collar up in the back? Is that sexy or something?
Really innocent. That's why I'm very conflicted here, because I don't think what he did, anything he did was good at all. But in his defense, you know, the guy seems like he hasn't been arrested in years, right?
Well, he hasn't.
So it's not like he's just continuously. It seems like possibly on the surface that his life has been in order. That's why I'm a little conflicted here, you know, because I don't want to just ruin the guy.
Doing an entire video on him as a suspect because he owns a restaurant. Did you talk to the other business owners in that area? Because guess what? They put their trash in that same alley. Yep. Need to call on them, Jonathan. And if they have any kind of record, I'm sure you know.
But I'm more or less doing it now on YouTube, putting them on blast. But, you know, the community should know, you know about businesses and business owners and who they are.
You think it's you don't even live there, but you think it's your right to tell the people in Moscow everyone's record. You don't know the circumstances of his record. You don't know what happened. You know nothing about that man except for what you saw on Been Verified. And now you put him on blast for 4 murders. Did he murder somebody? I bet there are a lot of people with assault on their record. Look at your record, Jonathan. And you're walking down that alley. By all rights, he should have punched you right in the face. If he knew who you were, he probably would have. But you will do anything for a viral video. You wanted him to punch you. Because if you were scared, you would not have walked down that alley. No one in their right mind that's accusing people of murdering 4 college students would walk down the alley, the dark alley, where the guy you're accusing is standing. You were hoping he would do something. You crazy? Oh my God. You were hoping. I know you were.
So it's also in a sense of public awareness. So
yeah,
that's where I'm at now. Yeah. I have to share the information.
And also, Jonathan, the way Jonathan got away with credit card fraud is he would call, I don't know if I said this in a previous video, he would call up, say, the phone company, AT&T. Back then it was, he did a lot with AOL, but he would, and utility companies, and pretend to be a customer. And he would, just the way he talks to you right here, he would talk to them and bullshit with them. And then when he was asked for personal information, he, of course, knew the name and basic. He wouldn't know the Social Security or the security questions. He would get them to tell him. And that's how he got many of his cards, was the customer service people thought he was so engaging and so charismatic that they would give him the information. True story. It's in the paperwork. So don't let this fool you. This, I just hate putting him on blast. Jonathan's goal in life has always been to be famous and to get by with shit. His identity theft, all his lawsuits. He wants to be famous. He had a guy writing articles on him the whole time he was in prison. He would send him his lawsuits, and they would end up on Smoking Gun and other, I think Daily Beast did some. So he'll go further and further and further. Believe me, none of this is benevolent. Jonathan's looking for that viral video.
You know, you can process it. What do you think? Give your comments. I'm really kicking myself here by sharing this guy.
Sure you are.
You know, I don't want anything bad to happen if he didn't do nothing. He's just trying to work and, you know.
Well, then you should have just sent the tip in to the police, right? Crazy face? You could have just sent the tip in, called it a day. No reason to make this video because we can't help you with that. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Pennsylvania man who pretended to be Newtown shooter's uncle violated probation by traveling to Connecticut. There's Jonathan 10 years ago. Jonathan Lee Richards, 35. A Chester County man who made headlines last week for falsely claiming to be the uncle of Sandy Hook Elementary School shooter in Newtown, Connecticut, is in Chester County Prison for violating state and federal probation, according to officials. Jonathan Riches of West Goshen spent the last decade in federal prison for wire fraud and related offenses. He returned home earlier this year on supervised, and get this, release and re-entered the local probation system to address violations predating his federal incarceration, according to officials familiar with the case. What that means is, before he went to prison for 10 years, he had violated probation from earlier offenses, which one was a bomb threat, another was he called and threatened a teenage girl. Now, he was in his 20s when that happened, early 20s. And then his teenage years, there was also stuff. On December 17th, Riches posted a video on YouTube depicting his trip to Newtown, and I'll post that. And then you'll see it in the video. And he says, "We are truth seekers. We are going to find out why Adam was mind controlled and manipulated to go in and allegedly shoot little kids in Sandy Hook Elementary." And here's the interesting part. Let me get to it on here. Riches also showed up at Newtown Memorial claiming to be Jonathan Lanza, uncle of gunman Adam Lanza. Several media outlets, including the New York Daily News, published Riches' claims that Lanza was taking antipsychotic drugs, blah, blah, blah. According to a document filed in both federal and local courts, members of the West Goshen Police Department alerted Riches' probation officers after learning of his videos. Officials within the West Goshen Police Department said, and West Goshen, that is where he grew up, was raised. Police department said that Riches has been well known to law enforcement since he was a teenager. The man is 45 right now, walking around with a media cap on and also in a black hoodie, town square, where 4 college students were butchered to death. I'm sorry to say it that way, but I'm sure that's how Jonathan would prefer to say it. That's where he is right now. There were constant problems, just contact after contact, said West Goshen Lieutenant Greg Stone. Officials with the Westchester County Adult Probation Office confirmed that Riches was detained for violating his probation and that federal authorities are also aware of his violations. Yes, they are, and they're still aware. "We locked him up for leaving the state without permission," said Christopher Murphy, who heads the county's Adult Probation and Parole Department. Here's the very interesting part. Multiple officials familiar with Riches' case said his erratic online behavior appeared to focus around the movie theater shooting in Aurora, Colorado on July 20th. That shooting left 12 people dead and 58 injured when a gunman attacked the theater during the premiere of The Dark Knight. Riches' YouTube channel features many videos discussing the shooting. You know, here's the thing. He's had these videos up for over 10 years. YouTube has left them up. Maybe the authorities asked for YouTube to leave them up. I don't know, but they're still up. Many videos discussing the shooting, proclaiming the innocence of alleged shooter James Holmes. Riches' video frequently shows him speaking to photographs of Holmes, who he refers to as his friend. Yes, in bed with candles. Some officials expressed concern over the erratic behavior seen in Riches' videos and by his apparent sympathies with those that carry out mass shootings. And by the way, his James Holmes obsession carried over onto a Facebook group, which he makes a new Facebook group every single time there's a tragedy. Like, I'm sure he's made at least one for the Idaho 4. So he met his wife, who I think he's still married to, he just never bothered to get a divorce, back in 2012. met her on a James Holmes fan site. The man that killed all these people. A fan site. So he met her while he was in prison. I guess they somehow went back and forth. And married her, and they were separated I think they were together maybe a month and separated. She's in prison. Or was last time I looked. And she's crazy. That's ugly. She's not well. I'm not real sure what's wrong with her. She thinks she has some kind of implants in her vagina that send radio waves. Don't we all? Anyway, so here's the part. In order to keep our children safe, law enforcement needs to assess and evaluate warning signs from potentially violent individuals, said District Attorney Tom Hogan. No one has a crystal ball, but Chester County law enforcement has always and will do everything possible to keep our community safe. Riches has previously gained national notoriety for his reputation as the federal prison system's most litigious inmate. Can't stand it, even see anything about his lawsuits. In 2009, Associated Press reported that Riches was suing, I'm not even going to talk about his lawsuit, the world records, attempting to name it and blah, blah, blah. Guinness denied naming Riches as a record holder, and the case was later dismissed. Okay, people, he's not in Guinness Book World Records. He never was, never will be. Riches is currently housed at Chester County Prison awaiting legal hearings on his parole violations, according to the Chester County. It is unclear what will happen to him next, though. It is possible that he will be sent back to prison, and he was. The Chester County District Attorney's Office is aware of Mr. Rich's behavior, and we are exploring our options in both state and federal court, said First Assistant District Attorney Michael Nunn. Okay, so it's not the article I was looking for, actually. He did go back to prison for almost 3 years. Then he got out and wrote a letter, or acted like he was, who did he say he was? Gabby Giffords, the guy that shot at Gabby Giffords. I forget the guy's name. Of course I forget his name. And Gabby Giffords' attorney got a hold of it, and he went back to prison. No, he didn't go back to prison. That's what he's on probation for right now, and which should be up maybe in a year or less. Yeah, so he stays in trouble. But I want to find the article. Let me put this pause. Okay, so here's another article, and most of the beginning of it is just talking about everything I just said. So we go down to he's in court, and they're playing his video with the dolls, the Adam Lanza dolls. And Jonathan, this is a narration. We are truth seekers. We are going to find out why Adam Lanza was mind controlled, blah, blah, blah. At that point in the video, Cody ordered a halt to the display, visibly disturbed by its content. We don't need to watch what he created, Cody said. I don't need to see any more. What is alarming is to the community is a lot of these postings on YouTube seem to celebrate or express opinion for a kinship, well, I don't know if that's right, with some of the recent mass murders in our country. Okay, Idaho 4 is a mass murder. I'm just saying. More recently, the violations we are dealing with here involve a clear obsession and fascination with Adam Lanza and the mass murder that occurred in Sandy Hook. Rich's attorney, which dropped him pretty quickly, Robert D'Antoni of Westchester, argued that Rich's videos were a product of an untreated mental illness and asked Judge Cody to consider a sentence that would allow him to return to a federal facility where he could receive treatment, because Jonathan didn't like state prison, which is where he went. He is mentally ill. I don't say that as an excuse. I say that as a matter of fact. There is very little that can be done on a county level. Rich has addressed the court and acknowledged his illness, explaining that he has prescribed several medications and that he was not taking them during his trip to Connecticut. Bullshit. I have been diagnosed with a mental illness for many years. It's something I struggle with and I'm working on, Rich has told Judge Cody. I need treatment. I have mental issues. I need help. Okay, imagine Jonathan saying this to the judge. That's Jonathan
manipulation, but Judge Cody won by it. Judge Cody listened to Rich's explanation, but in the end was not convinced that his illness was reason enough to excuse his actions. You seem like a nice person, but you've done a terrible thing that has affected a lot of people, Cody said, before revoking Rich's probation and sentencing him to 2.5 to 5 years in state prison. Afterward, Donatoni explained that he was disappointed in the decision and felt that Rich's would be better served if he was sent to a federal prison with mental health facility. It is not what I was hoping and arguing for. It was obviously significantly more than what Commonwealth asked for. Hopefully there will be some mechanism in the state system that treats the mental illness, because at some point in time, he is going to get out again, Donatoni said. I believe he would be better served in a prison setting that has psychological and psychiatric treatment abilities that are much better in the federal system. Rich's was on probation for a 1997 conviction of wire fraud and identity theft. He was violated his probation at least 4 times since, according to court testimony. Think the courts care? Nah, they don't give a shit. I don't even think I realized he had violated his probation at least 4 times. Rich's trip also had violated his supervised release. Okay, so he was on double probation. He was on parole from prison and probation from the previous charges that he skipped out on. A history of disturbing infractions that was interrupted while Rich's spent 10 years in federal prison for duping AOL customers into giving him personal information that he used to make fraudulent purchases. He was paroled in April 2012. In addition to making harassing, obscene phone calls, Rich's has filed forged documents claiming he was working for an Illinois law firm, posted personal data, including a social security number of his probation officer online, and demonstrated a kinship with recent mass murderers.